semifinal one between the first seed and our fifth seed. Let's do the autonomous in 3, 2, 1, go!
So we have just arrived here in Indianapolis, Indiana at the Dallara IndyCar factory for the Speedway signature event. This tournament is going to be a blast. There are so many good teams here. Everybody can really do all aspects of the game, so it's going to really come down to match play, which is my favorite part of these tournaments, just figuring out strategies and how to overcome tough matchups. So yeah, this is why I'm really excited for this tournament. Nothing has really changed since Battle by the Beach, because it's just, you know, we've finished Battle of the Beach and then basically started driving up here. So nothing really changed. Hopefully we can keep the expansion dialed in like it was towards the end of the Battle by the Beach tournament. But overall, the robot's been looking really good. There are so many good teams here, so we're not expecting to really win anything, but if we do well, that'll be awesome. So yeah, it's just a great, really cool scenery, because we're here because it's like the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. It's really awesome, like so many, just it's a really cool place. So we're just gonna try to really enjoy this experience and just try to do as well as we can. So we just got here to the Speedway signature event. Looking around, this is gonna be really tough. Just like almost every single robot is really high level. They're like, this is gonna be absolutely insane. I honestly don't know how any of it's gonna go. We could do really well. We could just really not do well. It's just like, it's just gonna be, it's really tough. It's gonna be a big learning experience. I don't expect to win anything. It's just gonna be cool just to be here, because like every single, was it like 5 out of the top 10 teams are gonna be here. It's just gonna be absolutely insane.
Let's do the autonomous in 3, 2, 1, go!
So our first match. We need this one to go well because we walked in and saw a lot of really tough bots, and we need this to show that we really belonged here and had a shot at this tournament. And luckily it did go well. We even got win point. Yeah, so in all time we were really going for that win point. We got it. Our alliance partners, they spun their roller on the right side. We spun ours on the left side and made 2 of our discs. So that was a really good start to the match, and of course it helped out our rankings too. Yeah, in driver control, the strategy was for us to shoot in the high goal and focus on that, and for alliance partners to play defense, but really help us out on offense as well, because both of our opponents were good at offense, so we knew we'd need to match them on that side of the game. And I'm just gonna be honest with you, our shooting was not that great. We still made enough shots, of course, but we didn't shoot that well. We were getting pushed around a little bit, but we didn't shoot that well. But luckily, our alliance partners, they shot well, so they were able to help support us a little bit in terms of the offensive side, but they also did well on the defense, so that was great. Now, unfortunately, we were so focused on catching up to our opponents in the high goal that we didn't really get that many rollers. I think we only got 1. So that wasn't ideal, but we still had Auton, so we were in a couple more discs, so we were able to still win the match. We shut off endgame at the end. It worked. One of them went out, the second one didn't really, so yeah, that wasn't good. But yeah, we were able to win the match, helped show us that we really belong there. But yeah, it was a great start to the tournament, and it helped out our rankings a lot. The autonomous in our second match was really crazy, because we spun our roller and we went out to shoot in the middle, and we actually shoved our alliance partners to the side, but they were still able to make their shots, which I don't understand, but I'm not going to argue with it. And we made both of our shots too. Unfortunately, our alliance partners did not get the roller, which is okay. But we still didn't win autonomous because our opponents got like 50 discs, so we didn't win. But luckily in driver control, our shooting was on point. We filled up the high goal really, really well. And the strategy was for us to take the high goal like that, and for our alliance partners to do a little bit of defense, a little bit of offense, just, you know, shoot a little bit, but mostly play defense. And yeah, so that strategy worked out really well. Our alliance partners were able to like balance the defense and offense perfectly and really keep our opponents' discs to a minimum. But yeah, towards the end of the match, we were really pulling ahead in disc. We filled it up really fast. So we went to the rollers. Chase had to do some slick maneuvers on the sticks to get us around some bots. But he got us to the rollers, and we were able to spin those to our color, so that was awesome. So yeah, he drove really well in this match. But yeah, in endgame, it worked a lot better this time. Both of them went out far. One of them went into the logo, but that's okay. But yeah, this match was definitely a little bit scary. Go up against some really, really good bots, but we were able to pull it off. We knew that our next few matches were going to be tough, and it helped us give us a fallback for our next few matches.
All right, thumbs up from all the teams. We are ready to start our autonomous in 3, 2, 1, go.
So we tried our auto win point program in our third match, and it spun the first roller good, but when it went to shoot, it actually missed one of the discs high. And I'm just going to say this now, I think it's the first time it's happened all season. All the discs it's missed have been to the right, or the left, or short, or you know what I mean. But it didn't really matter though, because we missed the second roller, we overshot it. But anyways, in driver control, the strategy was for us to focus on high goal and rollers and just take care of the offense, and for our alliance partners to just kind of cause mayhem on the defensive side, and they did really good at that. But yeah, so in our shooting, it was weird because we didn't really get off that many volleys, but the percentage of the shots that we made was really high. Like, we didn't shoot that much, but the shots that we made were really accurate, so that's really good. But yeah, in terms of rollers, we spun them periodically, and at the end, towards end game, we just spun them at the end just to do a little bit of maintenance on them. So yeah, the strategy worked out really well, filled the high goal well, and in end game, the end game worked well. We just hit the other robot. That's fine. It's still, actually, I think it covered the same amount of tiles because the other robot pulled it to a portion of the field that we don't normally cover, so I think it's basically the same thing. I don't know, but it didn't really matter. This match, we knew it was going to be tough, and the fact that we were able to pull it off was really exciting, and definitely did give us a lot of confidence, and yeah, it just worked out really, really well.
All right, we are ready to get this autonomous started in 3, 2, 1, go.
We were with 4A2B in our fourth match, and as you could guess, they gave us a lot of confidence going in. In Auton, we let them run their auto win point program. Unfortunately, it only got one disc on the high goal, but it did get everything else, so that got a lot of points in Auton. Just no win point, which is okay. And driver control, the strategy was for 4A2B to take, just do the high goal, and for us to do rollers and do defense. I mean, we did do a little bit of shooting. I think we got off like 2 volleys, and we made like, I think 4 or 5 discs total. But so yeah, we did pretty well on the defense. We did cause a little bit of mayhem in terms of pushing people around, but we did mess up a couple of shots from our opponents, so I'd count that as a success. But yeah, we filled up the high goal really, really well. It was mostly just us taking care of rollers and defense, and for it to be doing the high goal. So that did work out really well. Chase did some fantastic roller defense. It was actually a 2v1, and he was able to protect the rollers, which was impressive. But yeah, in endgame, we shut off ours just to be safe, but for 2B, there really wasn't a need for them to shoot theirs off. We had all 4 rollers. We kind of maxed out the high goal. But yeah, we got the highest score we've ever gotten, so it was a 200, so I count that as pretty solid. This is our last match of the day. Going 4-0 that day really helped us give us confidence to come out in day 2 strong. And yeah, it was just a really good match to end the day on.
So we're here for day 2 of the Speedway Signature event. Right now we are 4-0 going into the second day. It's a really strong start, is what we were hoping for. However, we didn't get as many win points as we wanted to yesterday, so we're going to try to make that up today. We do have 4 tough matches ahead, so we definitely need to figure out a good strategy and stay on the same page with our alliance partner. But yeah, overall, we've been just doing really, really well. It's a solid, really tough high school signature event, so hopefully we can keep up the strong start that we started in the first day, and our main goal is just to make the alliance rounds.
So one of our alliance partners today, they have a left side auton. We have right side auton. I just want to, before a match, I just want to make sure the right side auton is set and consistent, so we can try to get the win point. Yeah, I'm pretty confident in it already. I want to be 100% confident in it before the match.
Right, green flag right here. Walking back 33. You got Thomas in 3, 2, 1, go!
Our 5th match was very stressful, but we ended up coming out on top, which was good. But yeah, an Auton, it worked the best it's ever worked. It made 3 of its 4 shots and spun its roller. In driver control, in my opinion, we faced the best defense we've faced all season. I mean, our opponents were just pushing us around, slamming us into walls. It's really making it difficult for us to shoot. So we were just trying to scrap together any type of points we could in terms of the high goal. But luckily, our alliance partners were playing tough defense on our opponents, who were playing the offensive side of the game. So we weren't falling too far behind. So yeah, we were getting a couple 1 to 2 discs each volley, which was good just to stay out front. Now it got really stressful when we got caught on a disc. We were kind of sliding around the field trying to get it off, until Chase was able to get it out using the low goal. So we lost 10 to 15 seconds on that, but we were really we really did good making up for that with some quick volleys, just trying to make up for that. We did well on rollers too. We didn't get to spin them as periodically as we would have wanted to due to being stuck on discs, but our alliance partners played good defense. We did well in shooting considering the tough defense, and our expansion worked well, so yeah, we didn't have to worry about that. We just, it was a really solid match overall. At this point, we were 5-0. We were feeling really good. And no matter what, we were going to have a winning record. So we're just doing really, really well at this point.
Alright, so we're here with 515R. They're pretty good. Yeah.
Hello there, YouTube. It's us. These guys are off and off.
Yeah,
you
they
better
are.
Watch out for Annihilation Robotics. 5-0 game. They might even get first seed. Pick us, please.
Oh no, we have less win points than you.
I
That's
think
true.
we do have win.
Yeah, they're pretty good. We've never heard of them before, but we found out that they exist, so I'm just kidding. No, they're actually really good. So yeah, they're probably going to win the whole thing.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
We're ready to rerun the qualification match. 117 for you. Autonomous going in 3, 2, 1, go. Both teams bring this in. The blue might have crossed the autonomous. Let's see the ref said.
So our 6th match was just a really crazy match overall. This one you're seeing now is actually a rerun of the first time we ran the match. It disconnected with about 15 seconds left, which is kind of unfortunate because we were actually winning. But anyways, we ran it again. The Auton worked well. It made 2 out of 4, and so on the roller, we did not get win point. It's kind of unfortunate, but you know, oh well. But in driver control, we struggled with the shooting. The strategy was for us to do high goal, and for our alliance partners to do defense and a little bit of rollers. We could not find access to the goal at all. We were getting kind of it's funny. We were kind of getting like chased away from the goal. At the beginning of the match, we really were struggling to find a window to shoot. But so we fell behind a lot in terms of the high goal. Fortunately, we were able to kind of figure it out later in the match. We were able to start shooting better and better. And I think we actually, don't quote me on this, but I think we actually caught up pretty well. But because we had to spend a little bit longer on shooting than our opponents, we had a disadvantage in terms of the rollers. So most of them were too red. We tried our best to get them back in the end, but we weren't successful. We shut off endgame, it worked. And it was a really close match, but we ended up losing. However, our opponents, they shot their endgame out of the field, so we got the win points for this match. So yeah, that's I was really fortunate. So yeah, we got the win points for the match, and technically we're still like 6-0, so our rankings are still really high, and we had a really good shot at getting a high seed for the alliance rounds.
So we just, it's lunch break now. We're 6-0, we're ranked 4, which, if I said I expected that, I would be lying. But we're doing really, really, really well. Technically, we didn't win our last match, but our opponent got DQ'd, so it counts. And they had to rerun the match anyway, and the first time they ran it, we were winning by a lot, so I think it works out. But yeah, everything's been working well. The robot hasn't malfunctioned once. The autonomous program hasn't malfunctioned once. It's just been working perfectly. Basically, if I tried to plan exactly how I wanted today to go, this is how it would go. I mean, maybe I would have wanted a couple more win points, but it's just working so well.
All right, all these teams are ready. We're going to go ahead and send it. Autonomous in 3, 2, 1, go. Since this shot's a little short, but red drains 1. Blue drains another.
Our Auton didn't work as well as we would have liked it to in our 7th match. We were going for win point. Our alliance partners, they spun their roller, we spun ours, but we only made one of our shots, which is kind of unfortunate because we really would have liked to have the win point, but we still won the autonomous. And in driver control, the strategy was for us to shoot in the high goal and for our alliance partners to do defense and rollers, and that worked out pretty well. We didn't shoot bad, we didn't shoot like incredibly. We just did what we needed to do to stay ahead. Partly why we were able to stay ahead was because our alliance partners, they were able to play good solid defense to really help us out on the offensive side, and they were spinning rollers too, so that definitely helped us maintain our lead. So yeah, we were just shooting, just trying to dodge the defense, just make as many shots as we could. I mean, obviously, but so yeah, the match was just it was really methodical. We just got it done. And in the end of the match, we shut off our endgame and protected the rollers that we spun to our color. Our alliance partners shut off their endgame too, covered even more tiles, so that really helped us seal the win. At this point, we were 7-0, so we knew we were going to have a high seed in the alliance rounds, but we really wanted to have an 8-0 record to really maybe have like a top 5 record, which would have been awesome. And yeah, just try to really close out the really solid qualification rounds.
Anyway, back to the match. These teams are ready. We're going to start autonomous in 3, 2, 1, go. Early shots coming out. Blue just missing. Red trying. Oh, blue shooting in their own goal. Sorry. 1 point for distance and 1 point expected for this, but
Our 8th match was definitely the most frustrating match of the day. It just really got out of control really fast. In Auton, it did not work. We tried to pull our right side Auton out of our back pocket to go for win point, and it didn't work, which we knew there was a slim chance of it working, but it was worth a shot. So anyways, it really got out of hand in driver control. We were trying to shoot anyways, because our strategy was for us to take the offense and shoot, and for our opponents to take the defense, and we were just kind of getting pushed around. We were actually getting pushed around by both red robots. It was really tough to handle, and so we weren't really able to shoot that well. But our alliance partners, they got stuck on the logo barrier, and we knew that we were going to have trouble overpowering both of red robots, so we were trying to get them free a little bit and still do offense. Now, we didn't really do either because we were kind of trying to do both at the same time. We should have either decided to just do offense or just free our alliance partners, and because we didn't accomplish either of them, so we should have just decided to do one or the other, and so we weren't able to get any of them done. Now, because we were pushing and shoving so much, trying to get our alliance partner off and shoving with our opponents, our end game came out. So us and our alliance partner were both kind of just sitting there. So it did get kind of out of hand. We were able to come out in the last 10 seconds and sort of shoot our expansion out. We had more distance than our opponents, but we didn't have any of the rollers, so we ended up losing this match. It wasn't that big of a deal because we still were able to rank 7, so we dropped from 5th to 7th, which isn't that big of a deal really at all. So it definitely was frustrating. We would have liked to had a 8-0 record, but it really didn't matter. We still had a really solid seed for the Alliance rounds.
Alright. The 5th seeded alliance is going to be captained by 15979K Annihilation Robotics, Salina, Texas. Who would you like to select? 3150A. Coming in from the crowd. Do you accept? They accept. That's going to be your 5th seed alliance. On the count of the Blue Alliance crossing the autonomous line, the Red Alliance is going to take the autonomous bonus. That means we're ready for tractor control here. We're going to go to tractor control in 3, 2, 1, go! Semi-final one between the first seed and our 5th seed. All right, let's meet our teams. On the red side, 7-3-6-8 seed Panic Attack from Company Christian High School. Their partner for team 2-3-B Gears from Quarter Timber Lodge in Martinsville, Indiana. They're up against the mid-seeded Blue Alliance. Captaining that alliance from Savina, Texas, 15979K Annihilation Robotics. And their partner, 3150A Silver Owl from Richmond Hill, Ontario. Referees, do I have the green flag? We've got it. Let's do the autonomous in 3, 2, 1, go! We're going to go to driver control in 3, 2, 1, go!
So right now we're back in the shop working on the new rebuild. So on that tournament, I thought it was a huge success for us. We actually made it to the semifinals, and we put up a 235 in skills. We weren't expecting to make it as far as semifinals, but I mean, I'm not going to argue with it. And in the skills, we had a really good programming score and a really good driver score. So I'm just really happy with how that turned out. In terms of match play, I thought we did a lot better at packing discs into goals, and we just learned how to really fill it to the max, and just learned how to handle some defense. So that was really awesome. And we also would like to thank 3150A Silver Owls for allying with us. They were just a super fun alliance partner to work with, and we obviously did really well with them. So they were just really, really cool to work with. So yeah, our next tournament will be at Wichita County, and our next signature event will be the Kalahari tournament in Ohio. And yeah, that should be a lot of fun, and we'll see you there.